This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Today, I want to cover this article by Pop Topic, and it's fairly new. It's called Morale Was Low After Johnny Depp Was Fired from Fantastic Beasts 3. And this is something we all pretty much knew here, but it was something that didn't really come out when it happened. So this gives some pretty good insights to what the people on the set were thinking, and I don't think this is 100% confirmed, but to me, it sounds pretty believable. You gotta be careful, you gotta take rumors with a grain of salt, but if it's something that you've been thinking played out the way that they say it did for like months like this, then I would tend to think it's probably true. But you guys could of course judge for yourself. Here we go. Fantastic Beasts 3 crew member reveals that morale was low and people were not happy with Warner Brothers' decision to fire Johnny Depp, which is something we thought pretty much across the board, that it seems like 90% of the people everywhere is on Johnny Depp's side, and you can imagine that if somebody was really excited to work with Johnny and then he leaves, you'd be pretty disappointed. A lot of people tell me, well, just because Amber Heard's in the movie doesn't mean we shouldn't see it because so many other people worked hard on the movie. Well, what about the people who got so fucking disappointed that they can no longer be in the same production with Johnny Depp? What about them? That probably affects them emotionally and, their own personal life and goals a lot more than the movie taking a financial hit, which I don't actually think affects the people that work on it because they get paid the same salary regardless. And here's what, we wanted to hear someone say for so long, basically. It's politics and everybody knows it. A Fantastic Beasts 3 crew member speaks out about Warner Brothers' decision to fire beloved Hollywood veteran Johnny Depp, who was supposed to play Grindelwald in the upcoming movie. The atmosphere changed dramatically when we learned that Depp would not be returning to the set, the crew member disclosed. I know it sounds dramatic, but the first day of shooting without him really felt like a funeral. I think it felt that way because we, cast and crew, were given strict instructions not to talk about it. According to The Insider, the entire cast and crew had to sign a non-disclosure agreement which stipulated that they were not allowed to discuss Johnny Depp to media or any press events. Jude Law was forced to bite his tongue in an Entertainment Tonight interview where he was asked Johnny's so-called resignation, but he confessed that they were forced to go along with it. Good for you, Jude Law, man. I mean, that's a great thing for him to say. That's not something you hear actors say all the time when these situations come up, these lawsuits come up, and that's pretty point blank. Yep, we couldn't talk about it, so it looks like I could say right here that Jude Law is justice for Johnny. So that makes me like Jude Law a little bit better. I don't know too much about him, but we're off to a good start, I guess. In a franchise like this, it's the studio and the company that makes the big decisions, and you have to go along with those because we're just a member of the team, Jude said regarding Depp's exit from the franchise. However, according to the crew member, Jude Law was absolutely devastated by the news. Like I said just before, if you were working on a movie with Johnny Depp and you're excited about it, having it, on your resume, going forward, getting to watch the thing back with your family and shit, and then you find out he's not in it, yeah, that sounds pretty devastating. The crew member recalls complete silence from the entire team after Johnny Depp was forced to step down. The silence was deafening. Nobody had anything to say, mostly because we weren't allowed to talk about Depp's departure. I would compare it to seeing my favorite teacher quit, but the truth is that to a lot of us, Johnny was like family. So like I said before, they can't reveal the source who said this, but what do you think? Does that sound like what happened on the set? Or do you think people were like, oh, okay, I guess Johnny's gone. Who's next? Let's move on. It's all good. I don't think so. I bet the mood was pretty fucking grim on that set. So while they can't completely confirm this source, it's one of those things that I could see being true. Johnny Depp was nothing but lovely to me and the rest of the crew. It didn't matter that I am just some contractor. It didn't matter that I'm not famous. He never treated me like trash or talked down to me. And to be honest, that happens a lot in this industry. Johnny Depp engages with everyone equally, and that's because I believe he is a very humble human being, and that's not the first time we've heard that. That's like the 20th time I can remember somebody saying that after all these articles. and things like that. So, like this person suggesting here, that's a rare thing in the industry. I'm not in the industry, but I can imagine that people would get a head on their shoulders and start talking down to, crew and cast and stuff like that. Even if they're not talking down like in a completely bossy way, you could probably tell they're probably talking like they're above you, they're the star and you're just the worker, and that's probably how the normal relationship goes. Anyway, you guys of course let me know what you think down below. In case you're wondering, this website used to be called Sausage Roll. I think the name was a little silly, and I guess they probably thought that too, so they changed it to Pop Topic, which I think is just a much better name. Someone told me Sausage Roll was like this snack in Australia, which is okay, but I think Pop Topic is a much better name, and hopefully that will help them moving forward, because this site is obviously justice for Johnny. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.